It's essential to understand that what you believe and the way you perceive yourself, it shapes how you experience the world. Imagine for a moment that the mind is like a canvas. Every thought, belief and perception that you have, it paints another stroke on it. Over time, these strokes create a picture. But the most fascinating part is, you have the brush. You have the ability to change the image, to add new colours, to make a masterpiece from what was once only a sketch. Now let's consider the words you use. Words, you see, they're like the keys to a door. Each word unlocks a different experience, a different possibility. And when you say, I'm ugly, or I'm unattractive, those words, they may be locking the door to a different world. A world where you can experience beauty and attraction in a whole new way. But just as easily, with a simple shift in language, you can unlock the door to something far more empowering, more meaningful. You know, there's an old saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What if, just for a moment, you could be the beholder? What if, with a shift in perspective, you began to notice the many ways you're beautiful? You may not even realize the countless qualities you possess that others find magnetic. Your warmth, your kindness, your energy, the way you listen, the way your eyes light up when you talk about something that you're passionate about. As you hear these words, imagine noticing the energy you hold in your posture, your voice and your presence. What if, just as easily, as you've believed one thing about yourself, you could believe something else? What if you could choose to see yourself as radiant, as captivating, as someone whose presence is magnetic and full of potential? Because just like an artist with a canvas, you can choose how to paint your self-image. Every moment that you spend thinking about yourself as less than beautiful, less than attractive, it's an opportunity to realize the only thing holding you back is the belief itself. And if you choose, you can drop that belief as easily as you'd release a balloon into the sky. In fact, imagine that belief floating away, fading into the distance, while you remember the new belief that you're worthy of admiration, someone whose very essence radiates beauty. It's a bit like seeing a garden full of flowers. Some flowers are tall, some are small, some are brightly coloured, while others are soft and delicate. And each flower, in its unique way, contributes to the garden's beauty. You're like that garden, unique, one of a kind, and your beauty is a reflection of that. And as you recognize this, notice how your thoughts and feelings begin to shift. Maybe you feel just a little lighter, a little freer, as though you've let go of something that no longer serves you. And it feels just a little easier to see yourself in this new light. Then perhaps, just perhaps, you might begin to embrace this new way of seeing yourself more often. Because after all, it's not about what others see in you, it's about how you see yourself. And once you believe in your own beauty, once you truly feel it deep within, everything starts to align. Your confidence grows. The way you carry yourself shifts. You might even notice that others, they're drawn to you in ways they weren't before. Because energy is contagious. And when you radiate self-love, you can't help but attract love from others. Remember, it doesn't matter how long you've held certain beliefs. It doesn't matter how deeply you've felt them. What matters is, in this moment, you have the power to change them. You have the power to choose to believe something more empowering. And once you make that choice, the world around you starts to reflect it back. And as you continue to breathe, feel how deeply you're capable of transforming. Just like turning a page in a book, you can choose a new story. One where you're celebrated for who you are, flaws, strengths and all. Because beauty, it isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. It's about being real. It's about being you. So now take a moment and consider what you might say to yourself if you truly believed in your own beauty. What words would you use? What would it feel like to embody that belief every day? And how might the world start to reflect this new way of seeing yourself? The choice, as always, is yours. And with every word you speak, every belief you hold, you paint the picture of the life that you're creating. What will that picture look like today? As you hear these words, imagine you're standing at the edge of a vast open field. You've been walking, but now you pause. You take a deep breath, feeling the air around you, noticing how the sky is so wide, so open, just like the possibilities in front of you. And as you stand there, you notice something fascinating. No matter where you look, there's something beautiful. The flowers, the trees, the way the light dances on the grass. Every single part of this field is unique, yet each piece contributes to the whole. In the same way, you, with all your qualities, all your strengths, and yes, even your perceived imperfections, are part of the vast beauty of the world. Each experience, every interaction, every detail of who you are, it contributes to the unique energy you bring to the world. And just like in that field, the world is filled with opportunities to notice the beauty in yourself, no matter how you've defined it in the past. Isn't it interesting how sometimes you can look at something for so long, you almost forget how amazing it is? Like a beautiful landscape you've seen 100 times. One day you might notice the colours in the sky, just a little more. The shapes in the clouds standing out a little differently. And in that moment you realise you've always had the ability to see things from a new perspective, from a place of deeper appreciation. And what if, just for a moment, you allowed yourself to shift your perception of who you are? Sometimes all it takes is a slight shift in your thinking to start seeing something differently. Perhaps with every breath you take, you can begin to feel just a little more connected to your own power, your own presence. And as you breathe in, you start to notice just how much beauty there is, not just outside you, but within you. Perhaps you might begin to realize that your attractiveness, it isn't just about what you see with your eyes, but what others feel when they encounter you. There's an energy you radiate, a magnetism that can't be described by appearances alone. In the way your laughter fills a room. It's the way your thoughts seem to dance, shifting with ease. Always adapting, always growing. And as you think about this, it becomes clearer, doesn't it? It becomes clear that the beauty you've been searching for, perhaps isn't the beauty that you felt was missing. It isn't something you need to find outside yourself. It's always been there, just waiting for you to recognize it. In the way you hold yourself, in the words you speak, in the way your presence fills any space. It's undeniable. You're a living expression of beauty in all its forms. Imagine now the idea of ugly or unattractive simply fading, slipping away like mist, evaporating in the warmth of the sun. And as it fades, you might realize these words, these old labels, they no longer serve you. They're just stories from the past. Stories that you have the power to rewrite, just as easily as you turn the page of a book. It's fascinating how you can use your words to change the way you see yourself. It's almost like planting seeds in your mind, seeds that grow into beautiful flowers of confidence, self-love and recognition. And as you water these seeds little by little, you start to notice them blooming in ways you never expected. Perhaps as you walk through your day, you start to see yourself through new eyes, eyes that see strength, kindness and grace. And as you begin to notice this, the space around you shifts. It's almost as if the world itself is responding to this new version of yourself. People, they may begin to smile more when they see you, drawn in by your energy, by the way you carry yourself. It's because you're starting to radiate something new, something more authentic, more aligned with who you truly are. Now imagine every time you look in the mirror, you see yourself in a new way. Each reflection is a reminder of your unique qualities, your inner beauty shining through. And with each passing day, it becomes easier to see the amazing person you've always been, the one who is always worthy of admiration, affection and respect. What's so wonderful about this is, it isn't just about perfection. It's not about fitting into some rigid standard. It's about the freedom to express yourself exactly as you are. The joy of embracing your uniqueness and letting that shine out in everything you do. And as you reflect on this, you might even notice how your own sense of beauty begins to shift the way you move, the way you stand, the way you speak. It's almost though your body is responding to this new belief, to the newfound understanding that you are indeed beautiful. And with every new breath, with every new thought, this feeling grows stronger, more deeply rooted in who you are. And isn't it fascinating how, as you believe this, the way others see you shifts too? It's so the world mirrors your own inner transformation. Because when you truly see yourself as radiant, others begin to reflect this back to you. They start to recognize what you've always known deep inside. You're magnetic, you're worthy, you're beautiful just as you are. And so, as you go forward, there's no need to force this change. It happens naturally. With every thought, with every word you speak, with every action you take, you embody a new, empowered belief about who you are. It becomes second nature to step into your own beauty, to wear it as a natural part of your being, like a glow that never fades. You don't have to try to convince yourself anymore. You've always known you're worthy. Now it's simply a matter of letting that truth shine through every aspect of your life. And as you continue to move forward, you'll notice the ease, the comfort, the natural flow of this new belief that's been instilled within you. Each day you become more aligned with your true beauty. You start to believe it. You start to feel it. And soon you realize the only thing that ever needed to change was the way you saw yourself. The rest, your confidence, your magnetism, your attractiveness, was always there, just waiting to be recognized. Now just take a moment, breathe deeply, and notice how easy it is to begin to feel what you've always known. You're beautiful, you're worthy, and that, my friend, is just the beginning of your transformation.